Hi everybody, it's Michael Kay for At Home with Victoria. I'm sitting with Mr. Joe Williams, the CEO of Cold Valley Media from Atlanta, Georgia, who's about to embark on lifetime of a journey? Journey of a lifetime?
Journey of a lifetime, yeah.
Absolutely. He's about to go ahead and travel the world on little or no means, trusting people, trusting the goodness of people's hearts, actually, something that we as a global society are kind of losing in touch with. So Joe stopped by here in Bear, Delaware via Mike Cullop, my brother from another mother. Buddy, it's nice to finally meet you. Good friends on Facebook.
Yes, sir.
And so many would say you're crazy,
Many have.
but yet you're not. So what inspired you to go ahead and do this?
Well, I've been working a desk job basically for about 15 years, ever since I got out of college when I was back 20 years old, and it got to a point where this summer when I got laid off back at the beginning of the summertime, I had been kind of doing amateur hobbyist photography for many years, and I decided I would turn it into a business. And as I started going out and shooting various things and whatnot, I began to realize that there's so much more in this world around me than what I had seen from basically behind a desk or different offices of wherever I traveled to. And so I decided that instead of going right back to finding something corporate again, that I would try and go out into the world and see what this world really had to offer. And instead of just blindly saying, you know what, I'm just going to go and just travel, or I'm going to do what other people do, and I'm going to go to Paris and see the Eiffel Tower, I want to go to Rome and see the Colosseum, I decided that I would challenge myself to go out and see the world and actually try to get around the world on little to no means, meaning bare budget, relying on the generosity and kindness of others just to take me in and give me a couch to sleep on or something as I go.
Right. Now, you met a lot of people through Facebook that have offered up accommodations for you along your way. And then also, is it couchsurfing.com?
Couchsurfing.org.
.org.
Yeah. Yeah, they throw you off with those .orgs and .coms.
I know, I can never remember.
But yeah, it's a website online that is a rather large community of people around the world that you basically just sign up for. You go through a process of verification where they can verify that you are who you say you are, and then as your profile builds on there and you get to know people on Couchsurfing little by little as you go out and start traveling, you can put your name out there saying, hey, I'm going to be in Berlin and such and such time. And people who are couch surfers within Berlin will get pop-ups in their email and on the website saying, hey, Joe from Atlanta is going to be coming through. And that gives anybody there the option to then respond and say, hey, look, I've got my couch on Wednesday night. If you're going to be here, please, you're welcome to come.
Wow.
And so that is how a lot of travelers get around the world, especially ones that are doing what I'm doing as far as backpacking and trying to get simply.
Now, you leave tomorrow out of Dulles.
Yes.
And you go straight from here to Iceland, where you visit family. So you're going to kind of edge yourself into this whole international way. So you're going to stop and visit family first, and then you're there for how many days?
I'm actually in Iceland before the start of the trip, official start of the trip, for about 3 weeks.
Okay.
Because I'm going to be up there to spend the Christmas and New Year's holidays with them, and then after the turn of the year, kind of let the rush of holiday travel die off.
Yeah,
and then the second week in January, I'm going to hop down into London.
Yeah.
And once I'm in London, that's really officially the true start of where my trek begins, because then I'll have left, the comfort and home of Iceland behind.
Yeah.
And then it's really getting to the people that, have opened up to me, and I got to get to them.
Yeah.
And have a place to stay. And
You have a already pre-planned itinerary of where you kind of roughly want to be during this month, that month, and the other?
I have a rough idea.
Yeah.
Now it's very open. I'm not restricting myself to any schedule, so to speak. I basically tell all the people that I'm gonna see that around this time I will be where I'm gonna be. And I've already kind of told a few people in various places around the world that I plan to try to be in your location this time. Don't hold me to that. Things could change, something could come up. I could be fast, I could be slow.
Yeah.
And but everyone's been on board with it, and they say, hey, just give me a little bit of notice, and if I'm there, great. You got a room, you got a couch.
Yeah. Now, during Joe's journey, you'll be blogging, you'll be putting up YouTube videos. You've got your little fantastic toy he got here that I would really like, this little Go whatever the hell it is. But people can go ahead and still find you on Facebook and follow your journeys that way. Is that true?
Yes. On Facebook, the page is simply called The Journey of a Lifetime. And that is how, if anybody wants to follow along, I'll be blogging regular updates there, simply because I know that, you know, a good majority of the world, over 1 billion people, use
a couple
Facebook.
people use Facebook, so you may
Yeah,
be able to...
I think during any course of one day, a couple people will be on it. But yeah, so that's you know, one of the main landing pages would be The Journey of a Lifetime, and I also have my my business website, coldvalleymedia.com, which I plan to be working, you know, some of the blogs through and stuff, and then through my YouTube page, which is actually called Cold Valley Films. And
he's a very busy man.
yeah, try to keep up with it all, and sometimes I lose it too.
Yeah.
But
you're not worried at all? Are you apprehensive at all? I know so many people would actually watch this and think, like, I know you're not crazy, but like I said, is there any fear that you have that you're worried about on your travels? I know you were worried about different countries you were mentioning, because different countries are at certain states of unrest. So you found that those would have to be kind of canceled off your trip because you don't want to poke the bear that sleeps, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah,
yeah, I had originally, back when this was all kind of starting out, I had hopes and dreams of setting foot in every country around the world. But logistically, that's really tough to do, especially in the time frame of what I'm going to be doing. So, you know, countries where there's, you know, ongoing conflicts, such as you know, Syria and several places within the Middle East, that I've pretty much had to scratch.
Yeah.
That I just would not make an attempt to go there, and anywhere that there's a real ongoing threat for terrorism or, you know, kidnappings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Since I am traveling completely alone, you know, I'm
not
kind of
a good
that.
idea.
But on the flip side of that, no, I'm not really worried about it, because I feel very strongly about just my character alone to put myself in the right positions and try and be around the right people. I'm pretty good at not finding myself in the wrong places.
Yeah.
And then as far as, you know, worrying goes, I let pretty much everyone else in my family and friends circle do the worrying for me, because believe me, they've told me.
Yeah, that sounds good. Joe will also be going ahead and coming back on Adam with Victoria periodically to go ahead and keep us up to date on the show. So we'll be following your journeys. Joe, it's been I'm happy you started your journeys in Bear, Delaware.
Thank you.
Cheers to you. Cheers to you. Happy holidays, and be safe, my friend. Have a really good time, all right?
Most definitely. Thank
For
you.
Home with Victoria, I'm Michael Kay. This is Joe Williams. Take care.